Previously in season 16 and 17, where we had a lemon that's kidnapped Blue and White, while Kay, Joy, Lila, Blackberry, Baby Sign, and Rachel saved them both by the lemon, and then Nab Nab and Chef Pigzer showed up later on in a few episodes, and then suddenly Rachel still in colors, and then after that, Rachel had a dream about his sister being alive, and then suddenly, has no sister, and suddenly, has a sister from a photo that Red Tomato dropped out of his pocket, and, we never know what happened to her, and then suddenly, and then we go to part 1 of the season 17, for some reason, at the end of the full movie. Today, we're gonna be recapping season 18 and 19, so, let's get into it. Season 18, where we're gonna start off, starts with Red Chill and Kay at the bathroom. Red Chill says, clean the toilet, and Kay's like, why? I will not do that. So then Red Chill plays rock, paper, scissors. So then, they're playing rock, paper, scissors. Kay has the scissors, Red Chill has the rock, and Kay lost. And, Red Chill's like, haha, now you lose, now you clean the toilet. So then Kay cleans the toilet, and then Red Chill walks away, and then Kay, screams at something, and then runs, and we see a Skibidi toilet. Now, I don't really know much about Skibidi toilets, so I'm just not really much of a fan of it, so just don't ask me any questions about it. Moving on, so Kay is just running from Skibidi toilet, and Red Chill is just walking, and sees Kay running from something, and Red Chill turns around, sees Skibidi, and tries to shoot him, and Skibidi dodges every bullet, and then Red Chill is out of ammo, and then the Skibidi, kicks him with his toilet thing, and then, puts Red Chill in the toilet and beats him up. And then Red Chill is full of toilet water, and the Skibidi toilet is laughing, and Red Tomato saw the entire thing on the cameras, and is really furious right now, and he approaches the scene and sees Red Chill all beat up. Red Chill says, he beat me up, and then he gets his attention, and then he pulls out an RPG, shooting at the Skibidi toilet, and then the missile goes towards the Skibidi, and then it hits him, and then the Skibidi is riding it, and then Kay is just trying to tell Blackberry and Joy about the toilet that came to life, aka Skibidi, and then the Skibidi went past them, and then there's Red Chill and Red Tomato approaching the scene, and then the Skibidi is dead, and it comes to an end. And then we go to part 2, where we have Skibidi 2, aka the soldier-like Skibidi. So Skibidi 2 has a red, yellow, and green button with a soldier hat on him with a tap water. So then Blackberry and Baby Sign are in medbay doing medbay scanning, and then Skibidi 2 is roaming around, and he sees them, and he sees an opportunity to do something bad to them. So he presses the red button, he puts a hose out, and then squirts water at them, and knocks them out and laughs. And then Red Chill, Joy, and Nilla just walk in, and then suddenly the Skibidi 2 just approaches them, and as he's about to attack, and then Red Chill says, time please, and then he just drinks cola, and the Skibidi just waits, and then suddenly he just throws the cola at the Skibidi 2, and then the Skibidi 2 is furious, and then suddenly presses a button, yellow button actually, to put wheels on his toilet, and Red Chill, Joy, and Lila are on skateboards, and they're trying to outrun him, but the Skibidi 2 presses the yellow button again, puts a jet on his toilet, and manages to catch up to them and knock them off the skateboard. And then Red Tomato approaches, and then suddenly pulls out the RPG again, shoots 3 missiles at the Skibidi 2, and then the Skibidi 2 uses his laser eyes to destroy the missiles, and Red Tomato tries firing and is out of ammo. So then the Skibidi toilet presses the green button, and a grappling claw emerges and grabs Red Tomato, and an electric shock shocks Red Tomato, and then he burps out Skibidi 3, the small one. So Skibidi 3 is crawling on Red Tomato, and the Skibidi 3 takes control of Red Tomato. And Skibidi 2 asks, saying, "You're the last one, beat the mission." So then, the Skibidi 3 controlling Red Tomato is on a mission to hunt down crewmates, and then Orange and Blue see Red Tomato that's approaching, and then the Red Tomato, being controlled by Skibidi 3, beats up Blue, and then Skibidi 2 is like, "Catch the Orange," and then Orange is running, and he goes into Red Tomato's place, room, house, whatever it is. So then, like, Red Tomato with Skibidi Toilet's control is in the room, and then Kay and Blackberry like grab Red Tomato and stands him still, and then Black is on the ceiling and then tackles Red Tomato and then pulls out Skibidi 3 off of Red Tomato and then throws him off, and then Red Chill kills Skibidi 3 instantly with a gun. And then they all pick up weapons, and Red Chill's like, "Kill the Skibidi Toilet," and then Skibidi 2 sees that Skibidi 3 is dead, so he like opens his mouth and burps out, or I don't even know, like he like burps out like Skibidi 4, 5, and 6 and they're on boosters, so they shoot all 3 of them, and Skibidi 7 is an electric one, and as they're about to shoot, he is super fast and instantly knocks them out, like, on the ground. And then Kay, like, pulls out a red sheet, and then, like, suddenly, like a bolt, like, the Skibidi 7 is very angry, and then instantly chases Kay, and then Kay lures him to the door, and then as the Skibidi, like, goes out into space, and then Kay, like, hammers up and boards up the door, and then Skibidi 2 approaches him and says, "Nobody save you, so ready to die," and then suddenly he's about to laser eye him, and then Kay, like, looks away, knowing his fate, but then until Mama Angry uses a mirror to shine the laser, like, shine bounce or something, I don't even know how to describe it, like, off a mirror, Baby Lemon and Mama Angry holding the mirror, and Lime and Baby Green, well, Baby Green is on top of Lime and Baby Green, like, somehow just do a front flip, and somehow Baby Green doesn't fall off, and then he hits the helmet instantly, and then Skibidi 2 is scared, knowing his fate is coming, and then Mama Angry uses a plunger to plunge Skibidi 2 out, and it's just a baby of him, and then Skibidi 2 is spanked by Mama Angry, and then part 3 comes to an end. And then we go to part 4, where we're in school. So then we got Blackberry, Joy, Lila, Kay, and Red Chill. Don't know where Baby Sign's at for some reason. And then Blue has a surprise test, kids, and then suddenly they're all scared. So then they ask to solve a question. So Blue asks this question: if A is the brother of a son of B's son, how is A related to what? I don't even exactly know what I'm even reading now. Okay, moving on. So they're doing like some sort of like test. So then like Blue is just like, "We'll be right back," and then suddenly like Red Chill asks Kay for help, and he asks him what is the answer to the question. So Kay like refuses, and then Red Chill begs, and then Kay is just saying, "Okay, wait a minute," with a scheming visor face. So then he gives him the answer, but it was actually a different type of answer. So Blue says, "Okay, kids, time is over." So then he asks Red Chill, "Come here." So then Red Chill shows him the test, and then Blue like sees it, and he doesn't know what it is, so he tries to use his phone to find the answer, and he like goes on Google and can't find it, and it turns out it was Spanish, and the English like, I do not know the answer, and it says idiot at the end. Like, that was pretty hilarious. And then Blue is angry and then tells him to get out of my class. And Red Chill is out of the class, and Red Chill is completely angry at Kay because he knew that he set him up from that answer. So he throws his backpack at Kay, and then Kay gets angry, he runs towards Red Chill, and Red Chill runs towards Kay, and suddenly Kay tripped on a cola can, Red Chill slipped on a banana peel, and somehow they got stuck together, like some green ghost is making them stick together. Now, I don't know if I'm real or not, but in part 4, like, they were, like, stuck together, like, conjoined. But I guess Ronzop decided to change that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know why they actually did in the first place, but yeah. So then Red Chill and Kay are stuck together. And, Kay's like, come this way. My room is on this side. And Red Chill's like, no, come this side. And then they're fighting over which side they come. And then Kay has, hurry up, let's go to the toilet. And then Red Chill doesn't want to. And then Kay's like, yes, yes, yes. And then they go into the toilet. Kay gets and then Kay is just completely all fine. And says, yee. And then Red Chill is all stinky and like covering his mouth. And then they try to pull them apart. And then nothing works. So then they try to use vacuums. And nothing worked. Both Blackberry and Joy just get yanked off the vacuums, and then they try to use an anvil, and then suddenly that didn't work. So then they're trying to think of something else. So then Blackberry has an idea, and then suddenly he pulls out a chainsaw, and suddenly a camera is watching the entire thing. I'm guessing it's Mama Angry and Red Tomato or something, or someone else. I don't even know. So then, don't mind season 18, guys. That was a mistake by Ronzop. It meant to be 19. So yeah. And then we go to season 19, where we have Mama Angry, Joy, and Lila along with Kay and Red Chill stuck together, and Red Tomato in Red Tomato's room. And then Red Chill wakes up, and he plans a party. I don't exactly know what it's called. Oh, I know the name. I forgot the name though. So he puts in a party whistle thing, whatever it is, and puts it in Kay's mouth, and acts like he's sleeping again. And then Kay is sleeping and has no idea. And then everyone wakes up, and then suddenly Kay wakes up knowing that he sees like the thing in his mouth, and then like he realized he's been set up. And then Mama Angry, Joy, and Lila are angry at him, and Kay's like, Mom, I didn't do it. And then Red Tomato knows that it was Red Chill who put it in his mouth, and then suddenly Red Chill admitted it recently. And then Kay is laughing because of instant karma, and then Mama Angry's like, why are you laughing? It's bad manners. And then both Red Chill and Kay are spanked while they're stuck together. And then they're watching TV together because they're stuck together, and they're watching the previous episodes of Mama's Angry. Like, one is Red Chill dancing as a girl, and the other one is Kay, Joy, and Lila dancing as girls as they were kidnapped. So then they're fighting over the remote, and they like beat each other up. Mama Angry walks in the room, and instantly, oh yeah, and Baby Lemon's on top. I always just forget Baby Lemon's on top of her, as always. So yeah, and then Mama Angry is like angry at them, tells them to give me the remote, and then Kay gives her the remote, and then Mama Angry crushes the remote, destroying the remote instantly. And then Mama Angry spanks both Kay and Red Chill instantly. And then Red Chill and Kay are completely just walking completely together because they're stick together, and then Kay is hungry, Red Chill laughing, and then Kay is calling Joy about like I think it's a bicycle, whatever you call these. And then after Kay eats it, he gets sick, and then he sneezes on Joy 2 times, and then Red Chill's like, stay away from me, otherwise you'll give me a cold. So then he tries to run, and then like suddenly he trips, and Red Chill's all full of K's boogers. And then suddenly we go to part 3, where we see a giant toilet ship approaches the Skeld, and we have some sort of hand claw that puts a bomb on the door where Skibidi 7 was ejected out like a few parts ago. And then Mama Angry is doing some sort of, I don't even know what she even doing. Baby Lemon's copying her, and then suddenly like she hears the alarm and checks the tablet, seeing a Skibidi attack. And then Blue is just going to the bathroom, and then as he's taking his, usual bathroom break, and then we see Skibidi 8, and Skibidi 8 freezes Blue, and then suddenly, like, oh, they're all the same, so I don't even know if it is obviously similar. So Skibidi 8 is at Baby Sign, and then freezes Baby Sign, and then he eats Baby Sign's candy, and suddenly his eyes have hearts on them. And then K and Red Chill are just still in that same room where they were spanked, and then K's just laughing at a video, and Red Chill's just throwing some sort of that's a coin. I thought it was something else. So then Red Chill was about to reach it, and then suddenly he sees something, and he tries to get K's attention, so he slaps him to get his attention, and K gets angry at first and sees what he sees, and then Skibidi 8 appears in the room, and then shoots, and suddenly they try to run, and then suddenly they get frozen, and while they're still stuck together, and then Orange tries to hide on top, and suddenly falls on top of them, and then gets out, and then Skibidi 8 just freezes him, and then Mama Angry and Baby Lemon just running from Skibidi 9, because knowing Mama Angry does not stand a chance against them. So then, suddenly Skibidi 9 was about to hit Mama Angry, suddenly we have Cameraman that shows up, and then he, kills Skibidi 9 instantly. And then Cameraman 2 comes up and unfreezes them, and then suddenly unfreezes Red Chill and K, and Red Chill and K are no longer stuck together. And then Skibidi 10, because obviously he's wearing sunglasses, even though he is the same 8, he's just got sunglasses on. So Cameraman 2 and Red Chill and K are running from Skibidi 10, and suddenly they so Camera 2 hits the button that opens the trap door, and I'm not sure why there's no lever there. There used to be a lever. And then Skibidi 10 falls in with them, and then Cameraman 1 is saying, "Oh no, my friend," and then Skibidi 8 pushes him in, and then he falls in himself. He got instant karma. So then Red Chill, K, Cameraman 2, Cameraman 1, Skibidi 8 and 10 fall into Squid Game, where they have to do green light, red light, and then Skibidi 8 falls in love with the doll. So suddenly the doll sees the Skibidi moving, and then the pink guard plungers out Skibidi 8 and spanks him instantly. And then they all are scared. And then suddenly Cameraman 1 trips on a banana, and he gets up, and he tries to wait a minute. He says, "Wait a minute, Pink Man." He says, "Can I take pics for doll?" And so they take pics for the doll, and suddenly she rejects a $100 bill, and he gets beaten up. So then suddenly Red Chill has a skateboard, and K uses it. He gets on Red Chill's skateboard and gets on the other side, and then suddenly Cameraman 2 he has some sort of I don't even know I don't know how to describe it. So then suddenly it makes the Skibidi 10 moves, and then suddenly the pink guards slam him in his head right to the I don't even in the toilet, because they just flushed him down. And then Cameraman 2 is trying to make it, and then Skibidi 8 moves the line right before he can make it. And then pink guards are making the cookies again, and then they just somehow they can't seem to make it, and suddenly like Kay gets hit by the cookie, and then suddenly the pink guard says, I'm sorry, take this. And suddenly like he gets a gold like cookie platter, and then they are all completely jealous. So suddenly like Kay sees it, and he gets a maze. And they're all laughing, and then like completely like Kay is just so confident. Red Chill can't open his like cookie like circle thing, and then suddenly he hits a pink guard, knocks one of them out, and then the other two just come, and then Frontman appears, and Kay charges at him and pulls out a sword, which I don't know how he got that from, and Frontman also pulls out a sword, and then Kay and Frontman are fighting each other, and Kay's sword broke, and Frontman says, you are a loser, and Kay's like, wait, sit down, and then suddenly Frontman's pants just pull down, and everyone's laughing, and then suddenly that's the end of season 19. So yeah, that's it. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys next video. Oh yeah, before the video ends, if you guys have not seen my little teaser post yet, I have a newspaper. I have a link on my channel, 2 channels actually, and you'll find it. So yeah, bye bye.